Good evening, class. Today I will be reviewing cardiac anatomy and physiology for our first discussion. Starting off, the heart is located in a cage of bone, the sternum and vertebral column, positioned just left of the midline of the mediastinum above the diaphragm. The heart manages two circulatory loops, being the pulmonary and systemic circulation. Pulmonary circulation is the right side of the heart pumping deoxygenated blood to the lungs for oxygen exchange, whereas systemic circulation is the left side pumping oxygenated blood to the entire body. The heart wall has three primary layers. The epicardium is the outermost layer of the heart containing blood vessels and nerves. It is also the visceral layer of the serous pericardium. The myocardium is the muscular middle layer and is the main pumping mechanism of the heart. And the endocardium is a thin layer of endothelium and underlying connective tissue that lines the chambers, valves, chordae tendineae, and papillary muscles. The heart has four chambers, being the right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium, and left ventricle. Deoxygenated blood will enter the right atrium via the SVC, IVC, and coronary sinus. The blood passes through the tricuspid valve into the right ventricle. It is then pumped through the pulmonary valve into the pulmonary trunk and to the lungs through the left and right pulmonary arteries. The oxygenated blood returns through the four pulmonary veins and into the left atrium, then passing through the mitral valve into the left ventricle, where it is pumped through the aortic valve into the ascending aorta and to the systemic circulation system. It is important to remember that the atrioventricular valves, which are the tricuspid and mitral, prevent backflow during ventricular contraction, while semilunar valves, the aortic and pulmonary, prevent backflow into ventricles after contraction. The coronary arteries are the heart's personal blood supply. The right coronary artery supplies the right heart and part of the inferior left heart, and the left coronary artery divides into left anterior descending artery, which supplies the anterior septum and left ventricle, and the left circumflex artery, which wraps around the heart to supply the lateral and posterior regions. There is also the great vessels, which are large vessels that directly enter or exit the heart. These include the superior and inferior vena cava that return deoxygenated blood to the right atrium, the main pulmonary artery, which splits into the right pulmonary artery and left pulmonary artery, send deoxygenated blood to the lungs. The pulmonary veins bring deoxygenated blood from the lungs to the left atrium. The aorta is the most important as it receives oxygenated blood from the left heart and distributes it to the entire body. Overall, it is important to remember the pulmonary loop oxygenates blood, while the systemic loop delivers it to tissues. The coronary arteries sustain the heart itself, and the great vessels manage the large-scale blood transport. Thank you for listening.